When a woman says something, no matter what, it's like, oh, it's the man's fault.
I-B-E-T-R-I-B-E. Hey, tribe. Yanika, hi, darling. Hey, listen, I believe, well, we'll talk about that later. I'm going to jump right into today's video because I want to teach. I want to get these lessons out as quickly as possible, and then we'll come back with our actual return video with all the details and what's happening and all that. But I want to teach first, okay? Go ahead, pull out your books. The Return of the Divine Feminine, a definitive guide to feminine mystique, power, and seduction. The book that changed the game and got the topic going all over the internets. At least that's how I like to look at it, all right? Anyway, go to page 3. I want to read something for you before I actually play a video, all right? And I want you to hear me. The story goes that Oshun was angered because she was not invited to an event, even though she was responsible for it. The gods, they kept the secrets and the details of the event away from Oshun, and she was extremely angry and began her wrathful form of retribution. When Erumila presented Olodumare with his grievances about Oshun's anger, Olodumare told Orunmila to apologize to Oshun. Apologize and invite her. This story teaches men something simple about women. Apologies go a long way. It is wise not to devalue and take for granted the feminine energy to begin with. And you should not underestimate her power. I want you guys to go and read that. The Return of the Divine Feminine, pull out your books and read that, reread it, or just back up and re-listen to what I just read from the book. I want to play this video, and then you and I will be back to chat, all right? Go ahead, watch
But
this.
everything is just done off of spite and being malicious intent on the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. On the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. On the other end. Me, I don't move like that. I don't live like that. You know, when people look at me, I don't look like.
All right, if you're interested in viewing the rest of that video and hearing Safaree's side, please go to his page and watch his video. I don't want to use all of his content here in trying to teach. Today's message is very simple. We're going to do both the masculine and feminine, both male and female. Here's the lesson. Men, you do not want to unlock a woman's wrath, especially a woman who has no trouble expressing what that looks like. Especially a woman who is used to expressing herself very fluently in that way. You don't know how that's going to show up, neither can you control it. Once it is out in the ethers, you do not know how that's going to manifest. In some cases, I mean, you see it on TV all the time with shows like Snapped, which there's so many shows out there showing you how far someone who is emotionally unstable, whether mentally capable of dealing with rejection, or whether or not they're mentally ill or experiencing some sort of drug addiction. Now, I'm not speaking that in this case. I'm just saying you don't know what wrath, how it's going to play out. And the elder teaches us that. She teaches men, do not spark that flame. I mean, when the elder cut the neck, sliced the neck of the chief, all right, in the book, when she sliced the neck, that was teaching men, you do not know how far it can go. Be very careful when we're talking about the divine feminine. Everybody wants it to be, you know, very pretty dresses and sweet perfume and soft and demure, and no one wants the other side of that. That's why when I came out with the book and I wanted to challenge our perception of what femininity is all about, I was very clear in my writings that it's not always a pretty face with beautiful smile and a banging body. Sometimes it's showing up at your house unannounced, showing up at your job unannounced, knocking out your windows, flattening your tires. Yes, that too is feminine. And I've been very clear in my writings on that. That there's two sides to that thing, and anyone that's showing you only one side of the frilly dresses, they are doing a disservice to the people. This too is feminine, scaling that ladder and climbing over that fence. When I saw that in the video, I said, oh, they're going to see her as crazy, and I see her as a woman. Now, there's another side to that, which is when we are looking at women, men, here's your lesson. You're looking at the shape and the lines and the curves in her body and the beauty of her face. The elder teaches us that you must go deeper. Whether or not the person is emotionally fit, are they emotionally stable? How well do they deal with rejection? How well do they deal with their own anger issues? Are they able to process their emotions? How quick are they to anger? And women, when you are looking for a mate, what's out there on the internet is get yourself a man who's going to provide. Get yourself a rich man. Get yourself someone who is going to make sure that you don't have to work another day in your life. And I believe that you deserve exactly what you want. But what I'm going to ask is that you add a few things to that list as well. Perhaps you want someone who is well in body. You don't want to have a rich man who's ill, do you? You have to take care of him and change his diapers because he's not well. Or are you up for that job? You want someone who's wealthy and who takes care of you, but is okay in mind and in body. You don't want him to show up rich, but with STDs, right? Okay, so I want you to get a little bit more specific. Ask for a little bit more details. You want someone who is going to take care of you willingly, generous heart, well in mind, well in body. Someone who knows how to deal with the fact that you are as beautiful as you are, doesn't want to keep you captive, make you stay in the house and control you. This is what I want from both men and women. Let's go a little bit deeper here, okay? None of us are going to get it right 100% of the time. And neither is life asking us to get it right 100% of the time. We're going to get it wrong, and that's okay. Because you know why we're going to get it wrong? We're going to get it wrong because we are looking at folks from a perceived idea on who they are. I perceive him as wealthy, so I assume that he is in his right mind. I don't know that he is suffering from bipolar disorder. He has a lot of money and a nice car and a nice job, but I don't know that he's suffering from schizophrenia. Oh, I see how he's popping all those bottles, but I don't know that he's a psychopath and has no problem cutting my body up into little pieces with no feelings. You see what I'm saying and where I'm going? Elder Eden is teaching us this. When we connect with people, we are connecting with the totality of them. Every experience they had up until the moment that we connect, up until the second that we connect. I'm not just dealing with the person that's in front of me or my perceived ideas on who they are. I'm dealing with every experience they've ever had. And although in the moment it looks pretty, as we get to know each other and uncover each other, and as the layers begin to pull back, we begin to see the person for who they are. And if we are honest with ourselves, all of us have flaws.